everyone, and welcome to the Albarian, where we play TT RPGs and have a hoot. I am Murray, your innkeeper on Sundays, yay, as usual, and I'm joined by this group. My brain is scattered, apparently. Before we get into any major details, first a sponsor read. Hey, Ben.
Okay. Trying to find a voice here.
Oh no. Go. I'll bring up that point later.
Let's see. Shaggy Rogers from Scooby-Doo. Let's do it. Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowner's insurance? Contact Kate Woolman, State Farm, for all your insurance needs, man. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Zoinks! Call Ben at 719-539-6265, and I'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265. Probably not my best one, but
I feel like
maybe next week could be Scooby.
that felt like Shaggy Mort. Like
Shaggy
Morty from Rick and Morty.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it turned into more of a Morty than a...
Still fun and good. Thank you, Kate Woolman, from State Farm, for sponsoring us, you delightful human being. And the random little point I got to bring up is, Ben, did you check out Peter's singing rendition of it yet?
Yeah, I totally planned on doing that.
You did totally.
And yeah, I'll watch it.
Well, because Schnozzboob, you have to now check out Ben's singing rendition of it. He did a Frank Sinatra version on Friday.
On Friday?
Was that
Okay.
That's a good question. I cannot remember anymore. Probably 31? 30? You were gone for it. One of those ones. Anyway, other little announcements coming up this week. On Tuesday, we've got some shenanigans happening, and we're finally getting me into the Baldur's Gate. We're going to have a little fun there, do some character creation, mess around, and might continue that game for quite a while. Who knows? That's at 8 o'clock, so probably mostly going to be character creation. So come by, goof off, and help me create a absolute goof of a character. I never do things seriously. It's going to look funky. That's on Tuesday. Friday, we do not have... Ooh, Thursday. Do we have anything Thursday? We don't. Thursday is the week off for the Thursday crew. Friday, we're also taking a week off for the Dune crew because one of them is going to be away. They're not going to be at their home. They're going to be off on a mission trip, which is pretty cool. Exciting times. Wish David the best as they go to Mexico.
Oh my gosh, I just saw it.
Yeah?
Yes. We need to get Peter to write a jingle.
Oh, tell Kate. Let her know.
Yes.
You know someone who can write a jingle.
Like,
prepare a pitch, Peter.
There we go.
Extra money is always nice.
And don't do it for any less than $500.
Exactly. What's up, Distal's Place? Hey, caught us in the announcements section. Wow, actually, it is a calm week. It's just Tuesday. That's it, which is actually nice. I need a calm week, which would be very good. So, yeah, just come on by for Tuesday for the shenanigans. Everything else is relaxing, which is, like I said already, great. Check out our merch store. We have some wonderful merch going on over there. The new Brolog design, Yol is an abomination. And
Been wearing that hoodie all week.
Ah, yeah. We're working on a rally one, but we just cannot figure out a quote, apparently. It's hard to. All the ones that are most memorable.
If anyone has any rally quotes, please post them, because I did not write down what I said.
Yeah. And all the quotes we're getting mostly are coming from Tangerine, so... The most prolific note-taker of the table. For the little biddies... I say prolific because they even write down what kind of rock it is they picked up. Yep. That's it. That's really it. Any biddies on Yol's end? As I say, an abominable word.
Let's go make some friends.
Check out Benjigaba.
Go check out Benjigaba. Let's give Benjigaba a
Yeah.
sec. And Distal's Place is here. may as well. Let's give them a shout out to you, delightful beings. Hope everything is going great over there. No, that's not how you do it.
Nope. Nope.
That's definitely not. I just tagged you. Hey guys, sorry, didn't mean to tag you. Meant to give you a shout out. There you go.
Got him.
Got him. And Benja Gerber. Boop, I spelled that one right. Is on cooldown for a second.
There you go.
Fat fingers. Come on. There we go. Nice. All right. I think it's time to make some friends now.
Now we make friends.
Yeah.
It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. But if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
The scene where your Nathriel's hitting with the mug is the part where you're... See, I can't remember the exact lyrics to it now, but it matches. They all match the lyrics.
Okay.
So if you listen to the lyrics, makes sense.
Gotcha.
And previously to that, it's Zorai trying to steal his purse. So, hey everyone, welcome back. We had a random little question about the intro while I was going. Recap for last session. Last session being the true session 34. We're just doing a 0.5 because we're only here for a half today. That one, they landed on an island full of giant constructs. Big old trees, big old creatures, lots of giant animals there. Ended up running into a pack of overgrown velociraptors very quickly, led by one of... I don't actually think I ever gave them a last name. One of Lars's children, led
Yeah, you
back.
did.
Did I? Oh, good. Please let me
Grissom.
know. Grissom? Nice.
Mhm.
I did. See? Note taker. Thank you. Grissom, led by Grissom, one of Grissom's child, one of the Grissoms. There we go.
Grissom.
Grissom, yeah, whatever. And now I get to say that. Yay, about my own words. Grissom, that's what I'm saying. Cool. They ended up inside the cabin that they live in. Conveyed a lot of information. Got Lars to join for something that Julian's been trying to get him to join for a while. Met the Primordial Destruction. Helped Primordial Destruction get freed from the trapped island that they were on. And progressed on from there with a brand new plan and sort of execution behind what they're going to be trying to do. They're trusting Julian with the investigations to piece what's going on there, as they've heard more disturbing reports from Lars on the current happenings on that island. And they are heading off to an island where they believe Fear currently is, to try to help that Primordial, who Cinder, the Primordial Wrath, has testified as being an ally in the past. Where we're going to start is on the day where they are traveling to said island. During that day, random little course in bits and pieces. Schnozzboop, we're going to start with you for a moment here. You've been... I'm going to put you inside your cabin, probably doing the stuff you've been doing with Liam for a while. That seems right. This could be a little pop and as Philemon comes into existence next to you, holding a metal cylinder of some sort. He's like, hey, can you touch this?
Sure. Touching it.
Thanks. Vanishes. I'm going to shift over to Teffy. For whatever you're doing, reading books, wherever you are, Philemon pops up into existence next to you. Hey, can you touch this?
I'm sure I can. What seems to be, what is it?
Just touch it.
Teffy will, like, put her hand around it, firmly grasping it, as if it is the hilt of a sword, and then just release.
Firmly grasp it.
Great.
Sorry.
Thanks. He vanishes.
Is that a reference to something?
Yeah, you loser who hasn't watched enough SpongeBob. Get out of here.
SpongeBob.
I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then by the time I was old enough, it didn't interest me.
At least watch
That's a fair
season 1
point,
and 2.
actually.
Really
It's-
good writing.
It's good to this. Firmly grasp it in your hand. Sorry.
It is actually worth,
Smashes into the casted up hands of Squidward.
Good quote, good reference. Niche for some people, apparently, because seasons 1 and 2, I think, probably came out before their time. Maybe? How do I
Oh,
feel?
yes, that's right. We're playing with a 12-year-old.
I
No,
was
go-
5 before this show
SpongeBob came out-
existed. Thank
You were
you.
five.
SpongeBob
okay,
came
okay.
out in 99.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
99.
I thought it was older.
May
than that for
1st,
some reason.
1999.
Wow.
Can't convince me you're a day over 12.
Thank you.
Right. Philemon is going to pop up in front of Big T now. I'm like, hey, can you touch this?
Can it?
It's an object.
It doesn't register as anything else?
No, just an object.
I
Random
asked
little-
destruction, what is it?
A spare cylinder, I think.
And it boop it.
Thanks. Vanishes. What is he doing?
I don't know.
Shows up next to Altian. Hey, can you touch this?
Insight on Philemon.
He's thinking real hard.
21.
21.
Insight.
He just really wants you to touch it. It's almost like a need, like he needs you to touch it.
He's going to reach out with one finger and just poke it, and then turn back to doing what I was doing.
Thanks. Vanishes. Soon after, there's a knock on your door. Hey, Altian, have you seen Philemon? I think he's doing something, and I don't trust it.
If it's something to do with the cylinder, you're already too late.
Oh, crap. What did he have you do to it?
Touch it. Can I assume everybody else did?
Touch it. Oh, crap. You hear footsteps running off.
And this is where we find out our consciousness has been
problem.
stolen and placed in the cylinder.
Philemon shows up on the deck, which, Big Tin, you'll probably be the only... You might be the only... If anyone else is on the deck, let me know. Shows up on the deck, you see him messing with this cylinder, just puts it down, like his little tongue is sticking out. He's poking at it, prodding at it. This time, Big Tin, as you see him poking and prodding, you can tell he's casting something. He's using magic, and each location where you all touched becomes apparent in this strange mist form of showing like a fingerprint or like an after image of you having touched it. And about 10 minutes or so of him doing that, all of you fall unconscious, including you, Big Tin.
Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
Not quite.
Honk me, Honk me.
Your bodies are put into a state of coma as your existence is pulled into a different place. You find yourself floating in a blackened void with these strange dark particles floating around you, almost like a mist itself, but instead of being light and full of clear crystal particles of water, it's just a black nothing. And when you look around, you can see each other, including Captain Beereth.
I was gonna ask if Bioth was there, but
You were, yeah. That strange little purple-white thing just came up, bopped you in the head with a metal cylinder, and vanished away, giggling the whole time.
oh man, I was hoping it was more of a when in Rome situation, but that makes more sense.
As you examine and look around the scene, you can see there are these strange flashes of light that course through the blackened void from time to time. Almost like lightning, but there's no sound that accompanies it. You can hear all of your heartbeats very clearly. And you can see coming from each other a single silvery line leading downwards, as far as you can see.
Well,
Just checking to make sure I have all of my things in this realm. I'm double checking my utility belt.
It looks like you do. Looks like everything's there. I mean, your cylinders, your little glass things, and grapple gun, it's all there. Except for you, Schnozboop, actually, your loot is not there.
oh, okay. Good to know. Well, there's a line. Anyone want to follow the line?
Tuffy leans down and she tries to, hold the line. She tries to examine the string. And also hums a song by Toto called Hold the Line.
Hold the line. As you reach down, try to pull your fingers around the line, it pulls like a string. And you hear in your head, "No, don't do that."
Greetings,
will.
mortals. I'm sure you're wondering why I brought you here today. Firstly, little point in order. Don't mess with those silvery lines. That's your existence. You cut those, you're dead. Literally. I don't mean that figuratively. Like, you will be trapped here forever. And we don't want that, do we? No. Anyway, like I said, I'm sure you're wondering why I brought you here today. Well, as you find yourselves wandering around in this realm of primordials and bonds, you need to learn how to use them. One of the best places to do that is here. Cinder wouldn't agree, but, that's okay. He's Wrath. He can deal with it. Little training on this one. It's all gonna be about focus. How much can you focus? And what can you bring to yourself? There are certain amounts of summonings you can do for us, being bonded to us, but it takes a lot of concentration and trying to get us there fully. First, let's start small. That's all I got. You gotta figure out how to do it from there. Good luck!
Quick, going back to checking to make sure we have all of our items. Is my little bee friend still in my pocket?
No.
No bee friend?
No little bee friend. It's a different being. They can't bring other living beings that they don't want to bring in here.
I'm gonna concentrate on a loot to see if I can make a loot happen.
Okay, give me a concentration check. Actually, no, not concentration. For where you are, it's going to be an intelligence.
Straight intelligence, huh?
Straight intelligence.
That's gonna be a 4.
A 4? Nope. Nothing. You can't even fully picture in your head right now what a loot looks like. keep coming up with a balisette for some reason.
I am going to start even smaller, and I am going to try and focus on an apple seed.
An apple seed? Give me an intelligence
Yes.
check.
Okay. 22.
22. Little time, little focus, scrunching of the brow, and a small little apple seed accumulates and appears in your fingers, Tuffy.
Okay. I am now going to stare at this apple seed and consider it germinating.
Give me another intelligence check.
Okay, that there is a 1.
That's a 1. Consider it germinating, and it explodes back into the black mist. Stops existing.
Okay, this time I'm going to try and bring a pine cone.
While you're focusing and trying to bring random little objects around, everyone else, what are you all doing?
Byrith will be trying to conjure some sort of astral compass.
Alright, give me an intelligence check.
Okay, with that, I will use my maneuver of tactical assessment. When I make an intelligence check, I can expend 1 superiority die and add that die to my ability check. I believe that's a D8.
It is a D8, yeah.
So we're gonna do that. Okay. 8. Okay. So that is a 19 total.
19 total. You imagine an astral compass, and a compass appears inside your hands. Whichever way you thought was north, that's where it points north. Whichever way you thought was south, it's where it points south. You get the distinct feeling there is no true north, south, west, or east. It's all based off of your own perspective. Here.
Okay.
If you handed this astral compass, if it survived the handoff to someone else's creative nature or creative mind, it would probably point somewhere else for true north and true south.
Kind of like that compass from Pirates of the Caribbean. Davy Jones' compass.
Yes, but without
Or
the
like
purpose.
leads you.
Like it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't actually lead
It
you.
doesn't lead you
anywhere.
toward what you want. It just, depending on your perspective, is where it orients you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we have a compass. Sort of.
Sort of.
I'll have Byrith try and see where north is from his current perspective.
That way.
All right. Well,
It's
I'm not
nothing
sure
but
if
a
we want to
big
go north.
Black void. There is nothing.
Oh, nice. Well, does anybody have any suggestions on how we should navigate this area?
I have an idea. Snozboop is going to try to make a non-harmful sun.
Non-harmful sun.
Sound like a child?
No, sun like
Daylight?
a big burning ball
Sun
of
like a
gas
celestial object.
for
Okay.
light and direction.
That
Go
makes
for it.
sense.
Give me an intelligence check.
Nine.
9.
Oh.
Nothing happens.
Ultian, you're pretty smart. Maybe you should try to make a sun.
As you look over at Altian, he is sitting on the ground already with his back to you guys, and he's putting the beeswax into his ears. And then he's going to sit. I'm going to try and bring my knees up high enough so you can see. like this, knees up, hands like this.
There's no.
And
Well, actually, give me an intelligence check quickly.
okay, I shall. I mean, I'm standing. There has to be a floor of some sort. I was standing at the very least. Just a raw intelligence.
Just raw intelligence.
17.
17. As you attempt to lean down to sit, you're not actually leaning. Your legs are just being brought up and the floor is rising with you. There's no real floor. It's just where you perceive the floor to be. Where Ultian is sitting is easily a foot or so higher than everyone else, where they're standing. Sitting
Does
and
this
focusing.
mean that we're all eye level with each other? So, like, Snozzboop is for once exactly eye level with us?
If you would like to be, yes.
I think that would be fun.
Teffy shrinks down to be eye level with Schnozzboop.
Oh.
You're the
Cool.
one saying the intent, so you're the
That's
one
true.
making it a thing.
Interesting. Teffy once again tries to summon a pine cone.
Sputters and images of a pine cone appear and then vanish into the blackened mist again. Back and forth.
I believe utility has course here.
I'm just going to be trying to force myself, because that's just how Altian works, into a meditative state in order to just work on projects in his own head.
I am going to try and summon a chunk of flint and a chunk of obsidian.
Two very mundane objects. Get a chunk of flint and a chunk of obsidian.
Are they here? Do they remain?
I hear they remain. If
Wonderful.
you let go, they
Teffy-
disappear.
Teffy sits on the floor and begins just flint napping at this obsidian, just making an arrowhead for some reason.
Every piece of obsidian that breaks off doesn't clatter to ground. Instead, as it's soaring through this void, it puffs and leaves that trail of blackened mist until it is itself nothing but black mist.
Snozzboop, as the eldest, is a little peeved that he hasn't succeeded on focusing as of yet. So he's gonna talk to himself, say, Snozzboop, do you believe in friendship? Attempt to inspire himself to do better. Can I do that in this place?
Yeah, you sure can.
Cool. And then, I'm gonna try to make a son again. Man, I can't roll. 11.
11. There's a sputtering of a spot of light. A single warmth of radiance coming and then nothing. Puffs out of existence.
Big Tin, any thoughts? Out of box thinker guys such as yourself. Why can't I make the
Right.
sun?
Am I still connected to destruction?
Why can't I make the sun?
You do still feel that connection to destruction, and it feels stronger here.
I ask him where I am. Where am I? Where am I?
There's a pulse of emotion from him, and The place between. Careful what you summon. What is dead lies there.
How do I leave?
You need to concentrate and focus on returning. It is not easy. It will be simpler for you, Altian and Schnosbu. It will be difficult for Beerith and Teffy.
Why?
They lack the bonds here for the return.
My suggestion to you, Snaz, is we figure out how to leave.
Do you think making a son will assist that endeavor?
Probably not.
Snozboop will attempt to make a moon.
Attempts to make a moon. Altian, in your focusing, in your premeditation or your meditation on focusing on your projects, you'll hear Wrath come through. Hey, yeah, Chaos sent you to the place in between. And the only way for you to come back is by focusing yourself. You're gonna have to figure this out. Your bodies are still alive here. We're moving them to secure locations. Careful what you touch in there. There's a lot of lies and falses. Don't believe what you see.
Good to know. Now be quiet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work out some of that what I'm gonna come to call the smelter for all of that organic material that we got from those creatures. I'm just trying to figure out the rest of that puzzle a little bit. And if it comes out in a like physical construction in front of me, so be it. But that's what I'm focusing on. My eyes are closed and my ears are plugged.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, I shall. You think I won't?
I'm pretty sure I thought you would. That's why I said give me one. Well, you know.
Worse than last time. 16.
16. It's not formulating. You, eyes shut focusing, don't see it, but everyone else starts to see those little lines of light dashing and flashing through, begin flashing around Altian a bit more. A few of them even do a couple of circles around him before dashing off again.
All right, I'm gonna ball up my fists as tight as possible, and I'm trying again.
Really focusing down on getting this in. Give me another intelligence check. Let's give you another chance.
Oh, so much better.
Oh, good.
These amber die. Mwah. Okay, that's gonna be a 23.
23. More and more of these white lights are beginning to flash up and around Altian until one comes in front of him and then bursts. And instead tears the blackened mist aside, revealing a big scene where you can see the device inside a room physically. There are people operating it and using it. There's a console in front, pushing on buttons. There are other individuals flipping dials on the device, pulling things out. Someone with very careful gloves grabbing on top to this heated block of metal that is, even though it's red hot, has a very slight blue hue to it. And the mist coalesces and collapses in on itself again.
I'm going to smirk a little under the mask and keep going.
Smosboob is going to try something smaller. He's going to try to envision small rockets, like from the machines from the flying ships, on his feet, so that he can fly around.
Alright, give me an intelligence check.
6.
6.
Are you sure it's going to be easier for Snozboob?
Apparently not. I haven't rolled above double digits yet.
A few of these lights coalesce around you, and one of them opens very briefly for a second to a vision of Schnozboob with some rocket shoes strapped on, and then them going off and him slamming into a wall with his face getting crushed in, and then it dissipating into nothing.
I remember that one. That was a funny rendition.
This is difficult, Philemon. Any suggestions?
Focus on what you want.
What do I want? What do I want?
I am going to focus on not being able to be perceived by Philemon anymore.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
Four.
Ouch.
Oof. There is a path to that here. You know it is possible to become invisible in this existence. Even to the one that you are bonded to. Not possible in Nathriel, but possible here. You're not sure how to get on that path, though. Not with a 4.
I'll keep pondering it.
More of these lights are coalescing around Altian, bursting open, showing different scenes of this large device, different points. In a few of them, there's even differences between the design itself. Like where you would see that sunburn torch piece attached, it's not there. And as you're all pondering and thinking about these specific items like Teffy, even in your creations of these pine cones of flint and steel, you're beginning to see different bits where you can also see other people making arrowheads. You can see large glass cities of obsidian. You can see large glass cities of, large cities of flint. Other little shavings, fields of obsidian. Fields of acorns. Acorn rapidly growing from its natural state to a giant tree out of nowhere. The entire lifespan of it flashing in one single light.
Right. Well, this is unsettling. I think I'm going to switch to something a bit different. Tevi is going to carefully set them aside, despite the fact that she knows they'll just poof away. She's going to set aside the arrowhead she's been working on, and she's going to focus on ivy. Specifically, the little ivy plant that she has in her backpack. She's going to rummage around, pull it out. The little one that's made in the moss ball, basically, growing out of that. And she's going to see if she can focus on it growing and just spreading out over as far as she can see in this weird void place.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. 23.
23. The plant seems to coalesce some of this blackened mist. Doesn't grow itself. Big Tin, Altian, and Schnosbu, the three of you are going to be getting these at nearly the same time. Nearly. Big Tin's a little delayed because destruction's not actually on the boat. But for Schnosbu, or actually I'll finish with yours. For Altian, you get, whatever Teffy's doing, make her stop. For Big Tin, it's, she's going to sink the ship. For Schnosbu,
Careful about, focusing a little too hard on actual substances you have here, because you can affect what they look like here, but it won't actually do anything there. Teffy's making her blank grow a little too much. Can you make her stop?
Teffy, you may want to cease what you're doing because it seems to be having bad things are happening in whatever the real area is.
a light flashes before you and opens up to seeing the ship sinking as plant growth has gone onto the entire right side of it, overmassing and misbalancing it, capsizing it and bringing it under.
Tevi will instead focus on it shrinking back to its regular size.
Not sure if it's working. What should if you do hear
Oh, okay, it stopped. Good job.
Oh, good to go. Well done, Teffy.
Fascinating. So the things that we do here do affect where we really are. Tefi is going to conjure a ball.
Would you
of
say that
light.
it echoes in eternity?
I'm
Gladiator.
down for an echo. Yeah.
Disregard.
Oh no, I got it.
Did Byrith see any of this?
Yeah,
Like
you're
his
all
ship sinking?
all of these visions you're seeing. Everyone will be seeing them. It's not
Okay.
specific to one person. These lights are opening up for everyone to see.
Panicking, the Captain Byrith will be focusing on his ship being intact and sailing well.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay,
I don't think your ship sails, though.
flies.
It doesn't
have
fly either.
sails.
What do you call that
is-
then? Voyage? Voyaging well?
Voyaging, traversing,
Traversing? Traveling?
It would
Yeah.
be still be sailing.
traversing.
Just because something doesn't have sails doesn't mean it's not
Okay,
sailing the ocean. That's just
I think that's, yeah.
a general term.
I think it's a generalized term. Random little side point. What'd you roll?
I'm going to add a superiority die as well for D8. So that is a 22.
A 22. A few more of these lights coalesce around you, and one of them opens to seeing the Wind's Pleasure sailing very well. You see yourself on there, not as a tiefling, but as you were.
What?
And the light closes and collapses itself.
It appears we're seeing realities that may not be our own.
Effie thinks
Careful.
back to a story she read as a child, and she tries to conjure a ball of yarn that, when dropped, will roll to a destination.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
And that right there is a 20, bringing me up to a 24.
A natural 20?
Yeah, boy.
Ooh, very
That's a
good.
success.
The ball of yarn from the story, the way you imagine it and picture it in your head, appears in your hands.
I hold the end of it, and then I drop the ball, and I see what it does.
It drops, hits where you imagine the ground to be, doesn't do anything more than that.
Effie will imagine a crochet hook, and will begin to make something out of this magical yarn.
Making a crochet hook out of this magical yarn. Tuffy, give me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. Okay. Charisma is a +0, so that's 18.
18? Okay, duly noted.
BT is going to think about his liquid metal and how it adapts to surrounding colors now, and how it adapts to damage types, and how he knows a different property about it compared to the cycle, and try and apply that to it being beyond Primordial's ability to perceive anymore. All Primordials. The living metal itself.
Totally the wrong vibe song. Here we go, let's go to this one. BT, as you're observing and seeing everyone else get these flashes of light, when you think of this, there's nothing. Not a single light is attracted towards your thoughts. Not a single vision opens up for you to see. Nothing at all.
Keep going.
So you keep going.
Try and make it permanent.
You hear from Destruction. What are you?
It worked.
Not in the way you're thinking. So
Probably
you can't
not.
remove your existence, or them perceiving you or seeing you, period. They will always be able to see you and perceive you.
Ah, damn.
That is not something you can do. That's impossible. But
Trying.
you do know for a fact that they cannot see or perceive you here. They know your essence, and Philemon, for this principle, knows where you are, because he's the one who brought you here. But while you're here, you cannot see anything about yourself. Altian, around this point as well, you're beginning to realize something. Those visions that you're seeing. You are in every single one of them. Some of them you have the mask, it's a little different maybe. A few of them you don't have a mask at all. The same goes for all of you.
Then I'm going to shift my focus. I'm going to go. I'm trying my best, like I'm going through a Rolodex. I'm going to look at as many outcomes to the Grantinan Civil War as I can.
Give me an intelligence check.
Shall give it to me, please. 24. 24. Yes.
24. Multiple lights start coalescing around you, becoming visible. Multiple scenes of you fighting. Several of Ultian standing there in front of officials, and then large explosions happening. Of all the visions you see, of all the sights you see, for 24 there is something you're noticing. Some of them, you're working with the Grantina Senate. Others you're working against. Some of them, you have a man dressed in carapace closely trailing behind you. And in others, you have what appears to be a fire ganassi closely trailing behind you.
I'm gonna make a sun again. 14.
14. You bring this sun into a brighter existence. And it's just a image. You can feel the sense of warmth, but that's because you're desiring to feel that sense of warmth. It's not actually a real sun. It's not actually emitting any light into the void. It changes nothing about the brightness of this area. Looking at it's not very pleasant, though.
Snozhoop dashes it away in disgust.
It, as though someone's turned a fan on into a mist cloud, it just evaporates into blackened mist again.
Snozhoop doesn't like this place. He's gonna focus on going back to the ship.
I am looking for a path to where the people of Grantina are the most free.
You see a vision where everyone is dead.
You see multiple visions come up again. The Grantinan Senate's defeated. You're victorious. Some of them you're being crowned a king. Others you're being dismissed into nothing as an exile. Being held trial for the crimes you committed during your path of freedom for them. Every single one abruptly ends. And you can never find any other. It didn't work. No.
BT's gonna concentrate again on his living metal through the cord. and imagine his consciousness being back in the living metal. Following the cord back to it.
One of my programs froze. Give me a second. Here we go. Give me, for this one, give me a, this one's going to be a concentration check. So you're adding a, strangely enough, your constitution.
Oh, wow. Okay. I got a chance then, huh?
Yeah, concentrations are on constitution,
See what the dice roll.
which I could totally see for this.
So 14 plus 8, 22.
22. You feel that connection to your body. In that connection as well, there's a light to it, a different kind of light. You can see like a green-brown luminescence coming from yours. You instinctively know that it is in this realm, you can see that as the connection, your bond to destruction. You feel as though you can pull yourself through to your body. Looking at Captain Beerath and Taffy, well, actually just at Captain Beerath. His is just a thin silvery line. He lacks that connection. For 22, you'll know he might need some help. That's okay though.
Ow.
But if you choose, you can go back to your body.
How would it be possible to help someone else? Now that I understand this.
It's a good question.
Snosboop is going to try to envision everyone back in their bodies.
Everyone back in their bodies?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an intelligence check. No, concentration. Excuse me.
Concentration. Which one's concentration?
Constitution.
Is that a Constitution saving throw? Or I guess it
Nope.
doesn't really matter in my case.
It's concentration. It's different.
It's 10.
10. You feel as though doing that is possible, but very difficult.
Snosboop's gonna focus some more on it. He's gonna really just come on some more for a while. He's gonna do that for a while.
For a while. Through the two of you, Big Tin and Schnozzboo, through these efforts, you can also get the feeling that it will also be possible for you to, in an essence, summon the essence of your primordial. Bring an aspect of them here. You also get the feeling you could do that in Nathriel too if you wanted.
Do I get the feeling that I could come back here?
No, not without help. Not without whatever Philemon did to you being done again. This is not a place you should be.
Not a place that I am.
Hence why you're
Because
here.
I'm not here.
Yeah,
But I'm not here.
but you're not. It's
They
weird.
are. But I'm not, and I know why. But anyway.
Yeah. Some little bits.
Snosboop is going to attempt, having realized this, to I don't know, channel Philemon, which you might say that might be difficult to do, not knowing what you're channeling. But Philemon is chaos, so I'm just gonna chaotic channel whatever.
Okay. Give me. What check do you think this is?
Bounced one.
I think.
As in, what would you like to relay this on? You're trying to bring a sense of chaos to it. What do you think Shinozbu aligns this feeling to?
I think it should be inverse wisdom.
Inverse wisdom.
So I want to roll low.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me a wisdom check. Did you roll high?
16.
Natural 20. You know.
We'll keep trying.
As Schnozboob starts to focus on this, his silver thread pulses with more of a white-purple glow. And you hear Schnozboob,
Oh, you're getting it.
I'm gonna try some more, but I don't have to do it right away.
continuing the efforts. Captain Beereth, Taffy, Altian.
Seeing this, Byrith doesn't really have a connection to go on.
No.
She's going to pull out Nulrin's journal from her backpack, knowing that this is a real item that exists really on the ship. But she's going to pull it out, and she's just going to stare at the symbols in it, the weird squiggly shapes, try to get an understanding. And she's going to consider that. And if there are any little, like, scenes that pop up, she's going to filter through them.
Give me an intelligence check.
12.
12. Peering at it, flipping through the pages, a few lights flitter by, open up to see a woman with stark white hair, these very vibrant ice blue eyes, scrolling and writing inside this book. She looks up and, wearing her brown blouse and brown trousers, very plain garb, plain clothes. Around her, all a bunch of different books. And while she's looking up, her hand is scribbling out one of these marks. She's repeatedly going over it, and over, and over again, until she looks down and starts writing again, not acknowledging it, but continuing through.
That she and her friends have not interacted in a minute, Teffy's going to say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting glimpses of the past here. Or a past.
Snozboop, in a very not him manner, is so focused he does not hear his friend speak.
Oh, dang.
That white and purple
Byrith
glows.
will respond. I be seeing visions of myself, not as I am, but as I was. At this, Byrith is going to attempt to conjure a campfire with
Is the walkie-talkie thing
benches.
here?
The walkie-talkie thing?
Yeah.
All your physical items are here.
Okay, Taffy's going to use the walkie-talkie thing, knowing that it bypasses the beeswax, to try to get Ultian's attention. Ultian, what have you got going on over there?
To be clear, you all hear that, even if you don't have a walkie-talkie.
I rolled a 28, by the way.
28. A campfire appears. Same effect as the sun. The fire coursing. You can feel the heat coming from it, just because that's what you expect. But there is no light that dissipates through this mist. And the mist seems to, even the little blackened particles that pass before you, between the fire and yourself, they leave a black smudge, looks like, as they, large amounts of them pass by.
We're going to sit at the fire all the same.
I'm trying to find the way through, Tiffy.
A way through back to the ship? Or to something else?
Something else. I'm not ready to go back to the ship yet.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Altian, how frustrated is he getting at this?
So you told me that every time it's like
Just
almost shows me. It like almost shows me. How to,
it's like putting an IRL scenario on this. It's like getting into your favorite film, getting to your favorite bit, and then turning the film off, and then never finishing it.
Oh, I do that.
I'm sitting at about a 6 right now.
At about a 6. There is a black and red mist that's beginning to coalesce and climb up Altian's silver line.
Ready for another inverse wisdom.
Let's do it.
11.
11. It starts, your own starts to class around even more. And Schnozzeboop, you can feel it's like an orchestra is starting its practice. They're doing their tune-up session, their tune-up moment. You can hear all the instruments going, random discorded notes getting played here and there. None of it sounds right, feels right. But it does for you. It feels right that nothing is right.
Okay. We're gonna keep doing this.
Gian, give it up. You
I'm
have
gonna-
one exit. If you choose your exit, you're leaving the rest behind. Forever.
Well, that doesn't sound ideal. Taffy's going to slap her thighs and stand up, walk over to where Ultian is, and in doing so, return to her regular height from being snoz-sized, and is going to sit down next to him and stare at these images and just kind of say through the talkies so he can hear it. What are we looking for?
He's looking for the perfect cycle.
All right. Taffy is going to stare at these images and try to help find what Ultian would consider the perfect cycle. Hopefully providing advantage on any rolls that might come up.
Many of them look good. Many cycles have what could be perceived as happy endings, or the start of a happy ending. Victories upon victories, all the ones that he's pulling up now.
Cycles are cycles. This is what you're seeing, and they have all ended.
They always end here.
You're looking at what has already happened, could happen, the cycles. We are sitting right now somewhat outside of the cycle system, and you're seeing your cycles, the possibilities.
When
You want to go to one of those, you're going to go to one of those, sure. And then it's going to end just the way it always has. You're not going to change anything. We have to go back to where we came from if we're going to make change.
Heffy thinks she's understanding now, and I also think that. So we're outside of when you say cycles, you mean like the loops? It's confusing because the cycles are the calendar as well. But you mean like the world resetting and everything, right? We're outside
Yes.
of it.
Somewhat.
Heffy's gonna rummage around in her bag again, and this time she's going to get out that weird little piece of fortune cookie paper from that rose she dreamt about.
It's not there.
Oh, that's not ideal. If we're outside of the loops, are we in
Not
the same
technically
place?
outside of the loops, but we are seen outside of the loops. And we have possibly, if you concentrated on long enough, you could probably get to one of those loops. It's not going to help you.
I don't want to get to a
I'm
loop.
trying to
I'm
find
trying.
this one.
Trying to talk to Altian. Yeah, you're trying to find it, but it's not going to get you anywhere.
You don't know that.
The loop that we're in is where we're meant to be, and the one that we might be able to stop all loops. The other loops have already been. Whether good or bad or better or worse.
Inverse wisdom.
Inverse wisdom. As you do that, Ortian, you do hear, keep looking.
Byrith is going to focus on being in his own body on the wind's pleasure.
Give me an intelligence check. Or a concentration check, actually. Is
Concentration?
your constitution?
So we don't get that extra D8 on that.
Nope.
Okay.
And what was your inverse wisdom there, Schnoz?
21.
21.
No, you're trying to make sense of it. Don't make any sense of it. Make it confusing. Chaos.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Byrith.
That was a 19.
19. Oh, you can feel it. You know your body's there, but like putting two North Poles.
Wait, that's Constitution, right?
Constitution, yeah.
That's 23.
23. Like putting two North Poles together. You get close, but constantly getting pushed back. You can never actually make that connection. It's a pretty high DC for you, by yourself.
Unless someone wants to help. Unless someone wants to help me, I can't do nothing on me own.
I'll take you back in a moment once we get Altian squared away.
Altian, you're slowing the group down with your useless ambitions. Take us back now.
I'm going to look at the captain, and then I'm going to turn pretty much all the way around and look at Big Ten. And then I'm going to look at Teffy. And I'm going to... This is what I'm going to do.
Everybody come here. One last thing first.
Very well.
Heffy's already sat next to him.
Altian. The connection...
Snozwoop will...
Real quick before you do that. The connection between Teffy and this silver line. Because of your insane perception, you notice the faintest of colorizations to it. It's almost a soft yellow, as opposed to silver. Excuse you? Wow.
My bad.
That came straight through.
Once everyone's around, I'm going to extend my hands out to those of you who have hands.
Snotswoop did not go over there. He's focusing as hard as he can to make nonsense of whatever this is.
To make nonsense. Purposefully trying to disconcord your minds and your thoughts. That purple-white light coalesces around, focuses in front, then turns into a small ball of white and purple mist. And you all hear echoing from it,
Good job, Snazboop! You did it! You focused and were able to coalesce one of us here. Minorly, of course. I mean, I'm not actually fully here. Otherwise, that'd be quite different. But that's basically the essence of it. You guys can repeat this process back in Nathriel, and you can be around wherever you want.
Snozboop's not sure what the white ball is supposed to do, so he's gonna put his both hands on it and think of it exploding.
Don't make me blow up!
Well, not they getting like bigger, I guess
oh,
is what I meant to say.
It gets bigger and like, oh, now I'm huge.
Just kidding. My voice is still the same.
So now that we've established that we're outside of the world loops, and well, we're not really, but we are sort of.
You're in the in-between.
Is this the same in between where the knowing God is currently?
No. No, you won't find him anywhere in here. You won't even find any images, any thoughts, any imaginations. He works outside the loops.
But if we're also outside the loops right now, is there
You're not.
another outside?
You're not outside the loops. You're inside the loop. Okay.
The little ball shrinks back down to the size it collapsed and whips through you, Taffy. Then comes back through again.
See? You don't actually exist here. I've just projected you here. Forcibly. You still exist on the actual plane, but your essence, what you are, has been brought here. Sever these ties and you will always be trapped here. Your essence will be, but your body won't be. So by some technical rights, you're not actually here while you are here, but you are here while you're not here. It's confusing, isn't it?
So is this the same place? The here, not here that we are. Is this the same place that the knowing God is? Because he's not in the loops.
No, he's not
outside
here.
Of them.
Like I said, I already told you that, Taffy.
So then where is he?
I don't
Because
know. He's a divine. They do their own stuff.
Taffy has nothing to say in response to that.
That little yellow line, Altian, grows.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time with urgency.
Quickly. Over here. Now.
Snozpoop will, at this point, quickly go over there.
Well, you haven't coalesced Wrath yet. And Big Tin, I know you can. You already know how to get back. You haven't gotten destruction yet. What's wrong? You guys don't want to practice? This is the best place for training.
I hate it when he does this stuff. Altian, only you heard that last bit. He's not wrong, though.
Fine.
I'm gonna try and coalesce Wrath, I guess, then. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That already focusing red and black mist stretches up to in front of Altian, pops into a little ball. Like, I hate this place. You all hear that.
Good enough. Now let's go. Two of us shouldn't be here, period.
What do you mean by that? I don't
The
know.
ones that are not bonded are going to be difficult enough to get back.
Oh, that's fairly true, I suppose.
Chaos, this was reckless.
That's just me.
Snazwoop is going to attempt to use his white ball and use its powers to bring us all back to our bodies.
So to be clear, the little ball, that is the representation of Philemon, the representation of chaos. Him coalesced into form here in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
Schnozboot focusing on it. Altian. You?
Yes,
Yes.
I guess.
Big Tin? I presume you are.
I am going to ward the captain and I can't remember her name anymore.
Teffy?
Effie?
Steffi.
You mean the name that's on the Discord?
I'm not watching Discord.
Yeah. It's got the setup
Sorry.
in front of them to see. No, you're fair. You're fine. I forgot Lars's last name at the beginning of this, so you know.
I'm warding both of them to create a strengthening bond between them, and I'm going to pull them with me.
Can I
Back.
Go
feel
back.
anything about this?
This black mist begins to form, and this is the first time there's always a general, like, you know, when you touch static electricity and you feel that like strange staticiness to your skin for a while. Whenever a bond happens, it's very brief and it happens quickly. But as he bonds this time, these straight, very razor wire thin black mist lines connect between Big Tin, Teffy, and then between Big Tin and Captain Beereth.
Effie's going to feel this for a sec, whip her head around to look at BT, and say, "Oh, that's the first time you've ever tried to protect me from anything."
BT, you hear in your head again, what are you?
Beyond.
With all of you,
Strengthen all the bonds and pull everyone back.
with the ones with coalesced bonds coming through, you get pulled back into your bodies. BT, yours has been tethered to the boat. And as you're coming back, several of the sailors are around stopping. That's not normal, right? Oh, you've never done that before.
I have.
Oh,
But anyway, thank you.
we'll just keep these on ready then. Start tethering you out. The rest of you all wake up inside your beds with a sailor patiently sitting by, watching. They all give a start.
I'm gonna roll a D100.
Do it.
49.
49. Okay, you're good. You're good. Heart rate is still fairly safe.
Cool. Snazzoop's gonna sit up, try to make a ball of whiteness that is sort of Philemon.
A strange, colorized ball of moisture just comes out of nowhere into the air, and it's coalescing with this white and purple colors, swirling around, intermingling in amongst each other, but never actually truly mixing. And you hear Philemon go,
Hey, look at that. You still got it. Good job, Snazboop.
But Philemon, I still can't figure out what do I got.
Yes? Oh, well, this means I can be wherever I want. And you can do with you can still, bring me into things. It's also the first step to the next stage.
Super Saiyan?
What's that?
I don't even know.
I don't know
Seems like the
either.
right word there.
Something like, yeah, I guess? I don't know. I can bond with you eventually more fully. I'll be able to, actually inhabit your body and give you some of my powers.
Oh, powers.
But first, you gotta figure out how to summon us.
Which I've done?
Yep, good job. I'm here.
Nice.
The little ball goes like ripples. Whenever he speaks as well, you know how when you put sand on a certain table and draw a bow across it, you send those sound waves through and it makes a pattern? This little ball changes to patterns of sound as though sound is sketching through it. A good example for IRL is Tron, the old Tron one. That little bit that he talks to. It goes, yes or no, and it does that strange shape. I don't know if you've seen Tron. It's one of my favorite films, though. It's a good one.
Very
It's
good.
so good. It's so good. Yeah. That's kind
I
of what it
saw
looks
the
like.
one that came out in like 2010.
Okay, we'll have to do a watch party then and watch the old one too. It is easily one of my top 5.
Eventually, you'll be able to take me though, and I guess it's kind of like eating me. You just push me right into your body and stuff happens, but we gotta, get a little closer than that.
Well, okay. Sounds like a journey that might kill me. Could be good.
Yeah!
Friendship.
Uh-huh, friendship.
Snozwips is going to go and find Ultian. See how he's doing.
Ultian, you wake up with Cinder sitting next to the bed. Sorry about that. Tried to figure out what he was doing before he got away with it, but it's chaos. He likes to do things without asking. You okay?
I'll live.
I didn't see what you saw in there, but I felt what you were looking for. You won't find it, Altian. Whatever the cycle or the loop is happening, it's hard to find that exact loop. It takes a lot more concentration and familiarity with the realm. What did you see, though?
Things to do and things to avoid. No clarity, though.
Yeah. That's the in-between. Everything doesn't make sense there. It's where we go when we die. It's incredibly dangerous to be there. No matter. We should continue our training when it comes down to whatever we want. At that point, there's a knock on the door. It's your room.
Come in.
Schnozzboop, that's you.
Ultin. That was a very strange experience. Seems like it was useful potentially, though. Am I right?
Very useful. Now I know a place I can go to find some answers.
There were answers there? I surely didn't see any. Did you? What were they? What were the questions?
There's a way through. I just don't know which way I should take yet.
Through what? Where?
Well, you saw it.
What? I was focusing up, trying to make suns and moons.
The only goal I have, the only end game I have, is for the Gratina Senate. I'm going to do what is necessary to make sure that it is safe.
Interesting. What about Patlius?
You know where my allegiances lie, Snozzboop.
Oh, I'm
well
well
this
aware.
mess to begin with.
I'm aware, Ultin. I was just seeing if anything had changed. That can happen with people, you know.
I don't know about Pallius.
Fair enough. Snots was going to try to... Or is this water droplet thingy still there?
Yeah, it's still following you.
Okay, he's going to try to throw it at Cinder and see what happens.
You grab hold of Chaos in his formation of this water ball and throw it at Chaos. Chaos hits him, or throw it at Cinder and hits Chaos, or it hits hits Cinder. Chaos hits Cinder. There we go. That's the sentence I'm trying to say. Then just kind of sticks to him like a sticky ball, and you hear Philemon chuckle with a little laugh. Oh. Cinder pulls it off. Suppose it is useful. Holds it aloft and lets go, and it just stops and floats in the air. Huh. Actual physical form, too. Not bad, Schnozzboop.
Snots was going to call it back to his hand.
It flies right back to your hand. You hear Philemon laugh again.
Pretty fun, pretty fun. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go play with this. Philemon and I are gonna go play with Liam. Snots
Yeah.
gonna go back to his room and play games with Liam and Philemon.
Excellent. Excellent. Cinder stands up as they leave as well. Leave you to your thoughts, Altian, but careful with taking knowledge and answers from there. It's not always true.
It isn't true until I make it true.
Not the first time I've heard you say that. And he departs out the door. Captain Beard.
I'm going to get my sketchbook
Ooh.
out real quick
Do it.
and work on those, the plans for the smelter.
Yeah, excellent. Captain Beerith, when you wake up, hovering over you is Lieutenant Manus.
That's expected.
sleeping on the job, Captain?
Someone as beautiful as me definitely needs his rest.
All 2 minutes of it, I suppose.
Yes. Every minute counts.
Well, when you only have that much, yeah, I suppose.
Everything is okay here. I saw some strange things where I was.
Oh, there was some really weird plant growth that came from Teffy's bag for a while there, but it stopped after a moment.
No permanent damage.
You'd have to ask your engineer. It's not my ship, Captain. I don't have to take care of it.
You're right.
You, alright in the head?
I feel mostly the same.
You unfortunately look mostly the same, too.
Yes. I saw some things
Was
in
he
there
looking
that.
for a promotion?
Saw some things in there that might have given me pause thought, but yes, it appears I still am in my current form.
What are you, like a werewolf or something?
It's best not to dwell. I'd best be speaking to the engineer. I need to check on the status of the ship.
Alright, well, you check up on your engineer and the status of the ship, and if you need any advice on how to change shape or stuff, don't ask me.
Duly noted. I'm gonna try and find the engineer. Captain Byrith is. He saw some things.
Yeah, you
Wanna
check
make
up
sure
on
everything's okay.
the area. The room Taffy was in, they still haven't gotten into yet. Because there's a lot of plant growth that's coming out from underneath the door. It's kind
Still?
of wrapped still. Yeah, they're like cutting away the plant growth and like, we'll get in there as soon as we can, Captain. It's just the weird stuff. I don't know how to
How's the
explain it.
structural integrity of the ship? Are we still?
We're still afloat, thankfully, a listing a little. We're a little bit on, but we rearranged some of the supplies down below to make it list back to the other side. Just, for, weather situation, we'd have to pay a little more focus.
Well, I don't appreciate the extra cargo, but I see that minimal damage has been done. Continue on your way.
But of course, if it's alright, Julian did ask if he could have the substance. He doesn't want us to actually chuck it over. He said he needs it for something.
If he sees it necessary, give it to him.
If it's not too much, sir, I think we might actually be able to sell it to him. Just a suggestion. We don't have to.
I think he's done enough for us already. We'll consider it a gift.
Ah, yes. Favors from a powerful person in the future. Very good thing to pocket, sir. Wise you are. He goes off and starts carting off this stuff. You get another report. It did manage to grow a little bit into the ship, but they took care of most of it. And there is a strange property to it that those who are magically sensitive feel as though their magic is stronger while holding it.
That might be why Julian wants it.
If I see this plant, I suppose I'm gonna stuff some in my pockets.
Pockets is. Oh, we can go over those details later. For now, though, I'm going to switch over to Big Tin again.
Uh-oh.
I need to know what you are. You're not in there. Why?
No. Has to do with the way I was created, I think, but I don't know exactly. Not yet.
Everything is in there.
I am not.
I don't know what our bond will be like then.
I have thought about that too. If you wish to separate, you may.
I need to know what you're capable of.
Who knows? Well, we can find out.
Destruction is curious. You could feel he's concerned, a little worried, but driven by the need and the desire to know.
I also too would like to know.
Taffy, you wake up inside your room covered in green plants. Your bag is hidden underneath all this green stuff. You can hear people working on the other side of the door trying to remove what looks to be the substance that's grown under the door through the individual little cracks, very obviously sealing the door shut. You are trapped in your room for now. But you see on your bed as well those scribbles. Inside these plants, you've taken your nail and drawn out a shape inside the plants. It started off in the same strange sideways S with two lines through it, but it's different from the one you've seen in Nalrin's. It's progressed in a different way, showing more direct lines as opposed to curvatures, much more angular. Your little bees buzzing around you, happily.
So that's what they were talking about then. Should have known better than to try that with a vine. Taffy's going to get out a knife and try to hack her way to her little to her bag. What's the root situation like?
Sylphania Raid, hey! How do you mean root situation?
Ivy has what's called adventitious roots, which is why it's such a pain in the tuchus to take off from a building. It will creep into any surface, and removing it will tear the surface, which is why you don't want it growing on your house or on your fencing or anything, because it will destroy whatever it climbs up.
The most peculiar thing, the roots didn't grow, just the plant.
That's alright then. She's going to continue hacking at it until she can get to her bag and separate the mass from what should be in her little plant. And then she's going to work her way to the door and is going to take a few of the leaves with this squiggle with lines and just press them into the pages of Nalrin's journal for comparison and examination at a later date. Probably 5 or 6 of these leaves.
Taking a few of these leaves, some of the skin, even off like the exterior skin of a branch or a piece of ivy, getting peeled away from as well, just to preserve that. As you peel it away, you feel a little lightheaded. Almost as if you stood up too fast, but you've been standing this whole time.
Where's Purpose when you need it? Goodness me.
You wake up
Hand to
again
head.
in your bed. You look down at the plants, see the same scribbles. You look over at your bag and you haven't hacked it open, hacked it away, free from those vines yet. It is exactly like you first woke up.
Oh, that is concerning, isn't it? I'm going to shout to whomever I may hear behind my door. Just a general, generic greeting, and see if I get a response.
Oh, hello, Mom. Good to hear you're awake. Sorry we can't get through to you yet. We're trying. Give us some hour or so, alright? Are you okay in there?
Having incredible deja vu. But other than that, I think I'm alright. Take your time. I've got plenty to do on my end before I can get to the door over here. Are there still the markings on the plant?
Yeah, everyone.
Okay. Same process as before. Take a good sample of it, stick it in the book. And this time I'm going to rummage around and see if I've got... Once I get to the bag, I'm going to see if I have that piece of paper. And if it's got any lines.
I have that piece of paper, I believe. We're effectively still on the same day as last time, and there was no lines on that day.
Oh.
Hey, God.
Let me just get over to my correct month here.
Nope, no lines today.
Cool. Teffy is going to nod, put it back in its place, and then is going to start working her way towards the door with one of her blades.
Working away towards the door, cutting some of these things with your blades, freeing up the door frame, getting through the process. Somewhere in the back of your head, you feel and hear a deep, what's the word for it? Relief. A sigh of relief. I found you.
Do I recognize that voice
That's where we're
as
finishing for the night.
Oh no!
Get wrecked, scrub. All right.
Can I have an
Oh, that
example
was a
of
fun
what
little
the
half
squiggle
episode.
looks like? Just
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my
eventually.
notes?
Eventually. I will tell you
Eventually.
this, though. Teffy definitely knows it is not the sign of mystery.
Unpleasant, concerning,
Mm-hmm.
exciting. Duly noted.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Fun little way of introducing a certain kind of mechanic that you're all getting into now, having bonded some of the primordials. If you would like a reference of the IRL influence, one of the IRL influences that helped this, read The Shaman King. The manga Shaman King. There you go. There's your homework for a week. To figure out how these mechanics will probably look. As we get
I'm
into them.
currently halfway through the stand, and I'm power reading it, so that way I can read Dune right after. So let's just don't give me any more
It's
to
a
read
bugger.
right now,
You could
please.
do some research into it. You could even watch it.
Just
that way.
stand
It's an anime
this
too. You
thick.
could just
It is an
watch
anime too, yeah. You could watch it too. And no, The Stand, that's a good one, from what I've heard. I've done it
Very
myself.
good.
Hey, thank you, Sophania, for the raid, bringing in that raid party. How y'all
Yes.
doing some Dungeons and Dragons yourselves. Today is only a half session for us, so we're actually finishing now. But don't worry, we'll be continuing that raid to another group and carrying on, because I have IRL things I have to get to. And yeah, IRL responsibilities. Yay. But thanks everyone for joining on this wonderful little half session, and in between point of fun little adventuring and introductions before next week. Haha.
Yes. Stick around for the double raid, guys. Let's go.
Stick around
Yep.
for the double raid. Who we gonna raid? Who we gonna raid?
That stream that.
Let's see who's in line. D20 deathmatch is going.
Who's Theater of the Unaligned?
Theater of the
Tales
Unaligned.
Archived.
Yes. Goodman Games.
We've done
All I have on
Or
Tales
we could go with
Archived
somebody new.
recently.
I can go see who's.
Theater of the Unaligned's been going for only an hour, and they're on, well, it's episode 11, so good time to join in too. So let's say hello to them.
Awesome.
And I can't remember the last time we raided these guys. So,
Me either.
and I can on all the rest. All right, thank you everyone for being here. We love you very much. Hope you had a hoot, and we'll see you next Sunday. Stick around for the raid.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.